Hey everybody, welcome to the first episode of the Power Hour on Access TV, and we're so excited to be here. I'm Matt Pinfield.
I'm Josh Bernstein.
And I'm Katie Babbs.
We're really excited to do this every single week for you, and what we're going to be doing is talking about all things rock. In fact, we're going to show you 5 new videos every single week, and we're going to play 10 videos that you get the chance to vote on so that you can make the chart.
And we have a lot of juicy stuff for our first episode. You're gonna see new music videos from Linkin Park, Static X doing a 9 Inch Nails cover. There's also Metallica videos. We got everything above and beyond for all the metalheads out there.
And how do you say it? We have a new video from, is it Manskin or Manaskin?
Yeah, potato. I still don't know how
Matt,
to pronounce it.
you're
Matt, how do you say it?
They're from Italy, right? Yeah. So maybe it's
Maneskin.
Måneskin or Maneskin. That sounds like a pizza.
You gotta get some hand gestures in there.
Yeah,
We'll have to find out from the viewers how they pronounce it, and then next week we'll come back and maybe we'll have some clarity on this situation. But we also have a new Limp Bizkit video, and you know my love for Limp Bizkit. I love those dudes.
Well, those guys keep rolling, and of course, my favorite part of the show, we get to talk to a bunch of rock stars, and this week is no exception. We're gonna have the incredible DAUGHTRY on the show. We're gonna talk to him all about his cover song with Lizzie Hale, Journey Separate Ways.
That's right.
And American Idol, because I love that show.
We'll let you talk about that. We think that's a good idea, right? I know you had some questions. You've been burning a long time you wanted to ask Chris about that.
Yes, I was watching American Idol when I was like a little kid, and I loved that he was the rock and roll guy, because there was no one on that show like that. So I was like rooting for him, but I didn't really want him to win because I didn't want him to get stuck into that world of American Idol. But he was on the 5th season, came in 4th place, I believe, and he's crushing it today. But what I want to talk about is, some sports stuff. Let's talk about the big game this past week, okay? The big game.
The biggest.
I love Rihanna. I think, it's great the halftime shows that they do because the production is always crazy. But when the heck are we going to get some metal and hard rock?
I think it's time for bands like Metallica, Guns N' Roses, man, even the Rolling Stones.
They're fools. I mean, there's so many options, and there's been great rock performances in the past, right? There has been Aerosmith, Springsteen, Petty.
Yeah, and Chili Peppers with Post Malone.
It's been a while.
It's been a long while.
There's a lot of options that I feel everybody would enjoy watching, especially if you had Metallica and then Foo Fighters come in and do something together. And there's endless opportunity. So let's all manifest together that sometime in the future it will happen. But there was a commercial that I absolutely loved, and it featured a lot of rock stars like Ozzy Osbourne, Joan Jett, Billy Idol.
Paul Stanley?
Yeah.
Would you stop calling each other rock stars?
You're a rock star.
You are a rock star. Rock stars, please.
You know what it takes to be a rock star?
Don't you guys feel like the term rock star is overused sometimes or misused?
It absolutely is.
Guilty as charged. I definitely call my parents rock stars sometimes when I think they do something cool. So I've misused it.
Well, in your defense, the mom and pa Babs are rock stars.
Yeah, your parents are rock stars.
Absolutely.
I mean, they came up with you, and
Oh, thanks.
Absolutely.
Pretty rocking. But like, Matt, who is the definitive? When you hear the term rock star, who's the face that comes to mind for you?
Great frontmen like Freddie Mercury, Mick Jagger, Steven Tyler, David Bowie. I mean, the list goes on and on. James Hetfield, there's so many.
How about you, Babs?
I mean, I above and beyond with all of those. I think Ozzy Osbourne for all of the crazy stuff he used to get into back in the day, but also Steven Tyler of Aerosmith. Like those would probably be my top 2 right now, but I would love to add Post Malone in there as well because I feel like him working with Ozzy and him just being a metalhead, he's definitely rock star vibes. But you know what? I feel like we should maybe ask a rock star the same question.
Do we have a rock star available?
I think we do, and it happens to be
Pete Loeffler from the band CHEVELLE is joining us right now on the Power Hour. Pete, what's up? How are you?
Oh, I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
Pete, you can answer that question for us.
Oh, you're too kind, Matt. I'm a rock star?
Yes.
I'll take it, man.
I've seen your fans react to you like a rock star, and you are. So, but in your opinion, Pete, who is the ultimate rock star? You can give us more than one, but
Immediately, David Bowie comes to mind. I mean, how do you, I mean, he was such an innovator, you know? I mean, you could go down the line. I mean, you got Ozzy. I ended up going to Ozzy's house, and I think it was like, let's see, it was like Jonathan from Korn, Marilyn Manson, Ozzy, us, and somebody else. And Sam and I walk in, and he gets up and he comes over and he shakes our hand. He was the sweetest dude ever. First time like really hanging out with him. And then we sat down in his kitchen with all these, you know, reporters, you know, all these like journalists. And Marilyn Manson just says he's going to shove a mic up my ass. So that was my introduction to main stage Ozfest in Ozzy's kitchen.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Turned into a whole
I'm
thing.
surprised Marilyn Manson's never come out with his own lube line.
You never know if he has. You never know.
Pete, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you soon at Sonic Temple, hopefully.
It's great to catch up with Pete Loeffler right there from the band Chevelle. Now let's get into our brand new videos. Now Linkin Park have dropped a video for a song that they left off their album Meteora as the anniversary of the album comes up. This is a track that Mike Shinoda said wasn't a song they didn't think was good enough. It just was too close to their song Numb. And they decided to release it now and giving us a great new video. We're gonna check some of that out right now. This is called Lost. It's new from Linkin Park.
'Cause when I'm alone, I'm lost in these memories, living behind my own illusion, lost on my dignity, living inside my own confusion. But I'm tired.
There you go, the latest music video from Linkin Park, Lost. I don't know about you guys, but I just get emotional hearing Chester Bennington's voice in a new song. Technically it's new, but it's also technically old, being recorded in 2003 at Energy Studios.
I've got to tell you guys a great story about how when they were making their second album, Meteora, because they were the biggest band in the world at that time and sold 10 million copies of Hybrid Theory, they were really worried about the album leaking. So when they were recording there at NRG Studios, they actually had a big security guy, right, who would take the hard drives they were recording on every day, lock them in a box, and he was handcuffed to what was basically like a suitcase, and he would return every morning to come back for the next session. And that's how they tried to keep it from leaking, and they were successful,
Yeah.
you know?
This song never came out till now, so it worked.
It took a really long time.
I love it. And the next video we have, oh man, you know my love for Limp Bizkit. I ride or die for this band, and this music video honestly takes me back to the 90s and 2000s. They made it old school with some like new flair in it because their faces seem to be CGI'd, and you might recognize some of those people in there. So let us know who you see in this one. This is their video for Out of Style, and it's from their 2021 record, Limp Bizkit
Still Sucks.
Is it gonna change? Hurts me in a loving kind of way. I'ma celebrate. Yeah. It's time to rock this motherfucker, cause I'm always out of style. Never change my style, cause my style is kind of fresh. You bitches asking for a sound check. Check 1, 2, bitch. You barely touch the ground, yeah. Choked up on your bounce skate. Coming down the mountain. Copycat, you lucky that I let you hang around me.
Still Sucks.
That was Limp Bizkit, Out of Style. So good to see the guys still doing these great videos, and a lot of fun cameos in there, including apparently Tom Cruise.
Grilling some hot dog
some
weenies.
Yeah, I loved seeing that. It was, you know, a lot of different world leaders in that video. It's pretty interesting stuff. But the guys are going out on the road. They're playing a bunch of great festivals this year. They're touring Europe. They're going overseas, and we'll see them on the
we hope to see them
festivals as well.
Yeah, at Incarceration this summer in July in Mansfield, Ohio. They're going to be headlining one of the great nights there. So really excited to see Limp Bizkit guys in performance.
Coming up, we've got 3 more brand new videos. The top 10 is voted on by you, and an interview with Chris Daughtry. It's all going to be right here on the Power Hour on Access TV. Welcome back to the Power Hour. I'm Matt Pinfield, and I'm here with
Josh Bernstein.
Katie Babs.
Our next video comes from an Italian group who call themselves either Maneskin or Måneskin. We're not actually sure how it's pronounced, but they're Italian, and they won the Eurovision contest like ABBA did back in the mid-'70s, which launched their lifelong career. And they're truly, I guess, the biggest band to come off of that international European contest to hit America in a long time. And so they had a big hit with a song called Beggin', which was a Four Seasons cover, and then a rock hit called I Wanna Be a Slave.
All right, let's check out their new music video, Maneskin, featuring Tom Morello of Audioslave and Rage Against the Machine, and many others. It's Gossip.
The gossip, drink till you choke. Sip the gossip, burn down your throat. You're not iconic, you are just like them both. Don't act like you don't know, so sip the gossip, drink till you choke. Sip the gossip, burn down your throat. You're not iconic, you are just like them both. Don't act like you don't know.
Wow, that was Maneskin with Tom Morello with their new song Gossip. Don't forget to vote. Smash that QR code. Let your voice be heard. It's right below.
That's right. We got another video right now on the Power Hour. This time it's from the band known as Static X, who of course lost their lead singer, Wayne Static, sadly a few years back. But they're back with a new singer and a cover of a great Nine Inch Nails song from Nine Inch Nails' very first album, Pretty Hate Machine.
Well, Matt, I don't know about you, and Katie knows, I was a very angry, emotional, emo, gothy little child. And when this cassette came out in 1989, I remember playing it nonstop till it warped. But Terrible Lie was such a great song. It's still a great song by Nine Inch Nails. And of course, when you see them live, as we did at Louder Than Life a couple months back, they still play the song live, and it still crushes. I'm so excited to hear this cover because I love Static X, but Nine Inch Nails, I'm excited to hear how this is going to go.
And don't forget that Static X recently announced that they're going to be putting out another new record, Project Regeneration Volume 2, and it's going to feature the final recordings from Wayne Static on that record, which is a really big deal.
Incredible. Well, guys, let's go check it out. This is Terrible Lie by Static X.
Apology, terrible lie.
That's Static X and their new cover of the Nine Inch Nails classic Terrible Lie on the Power Hour right here on Access TV. I'm Matt Pinfield.
I'm Josh Bernstein.
It's Katie Babs.
You know, I think that's a really cool cover of that song, and it's just great for other people to hear that early Nine Inch Nails stuff.
That was so fantastic, and I was so great. Oh, hold on 1 second. I think we're being. Hold on, I'm getting word from the production truck. We're getting interrupted. Or actually, we're being taken over.
What?
An actual takeover.
Who is it?
Wait a second.
Oh my God! Look who it is.
It's the Butcher Babies!
The Butcher Babies are here. We're so excited to be here. I'm Heidi. Carla's here.
Carla.
We're so excited to show you our brand new music video for our single Beaver.
That's the Butcher Babies, and that is called Beaver Cage.
Man,
I love that when
I have just absolute beaver fever after watching that video.
I think they look like they were going pretty nuts in that tour bus.
I mean, I'm just gonna pretend that that song is for myself as a Canadian.
Still to come, we'll be visited by Chris Daughtry and the band Stained, and we'll play our top 10 videos of the week. It's all coming up on the Power Hour right here on Access TV, so stick around.
All right, welcome back to the Power Hour. We were just talking about the big game and who we would love to see potentially perform a halftime show. I mentioned Motley Crue, and speaking of Motley Crue, they just kicked off their world tour with John 5 on the road with them now.
Yeah, there's been some pictures and videos that have been posted on social media, And I can't think of a better choice for the guitarist for the band than John Five. He just fits in perfectly.
Absolutely, and obviously all the love and respect to the incredible Mick Mars, who's such a legend, and I thought it was such a classy handing of the torch or passing of the torch between the two guys, and John on the road. John's one of the greatest, sort of living guitar players, and I can't wait to see what he does, and I think it's so cool that them and Def Leppard enjoyed themselves so much in the stadium tour that we're going to continue this thing.
It was also one of the highest grossing tours of the year. It was in the top 10 when the last one happened. And I want to say that Mick Mars, you haven't heard the last from him though. He's been working on a solo record, and I got to actually hear a few of the songs, and it's heavy. So, I mean, he may not tour again, but he's going to release some music and try to do a little bit of side stuff.
You can't stop rock and roll.
Yeah. You cannot stop rock and roll. And speaking of Motley Crue, this Sunday night on Access TV, Sunday Night Rocks. And it's a real Motley Crue rock and roll evening. Because at 8:30, they're going to do Parking Lot Payday with Zach, who hosts that. And they're literally going into the parking lot at a Motley Crue show and giving money away if you know Motley Crue trivia.
You think you would win money?
Probably, but I'm not allowed to because I have a show now on Access TV.
And they got a concert at 9 p.m. as well.
I love it. I know we're going to see it. Now, what's coming up next? Well, we've got the top 10 videos that you vote on every single week. And tell them how they do that, Katie.
It's a very easy QR code that you can find anywhere on your screen. Maybe here, there, here, I don't know, somewhere below. But we also got some pretty cool interviews as well from Chris Daughtry. And right now, one of them happens to be joining us.
Well, coming up on the show here, we have special guests from the band STAIND, and of course, Canadian legends, some of Katie's favorites, Saint Asonia, the incredible guitarist, Mike Musho.
So, Mike, earlier we were talking about the Super Bowl halftime shows and who we would ideally like to see perform, maybe in the future. But what would your selection be if you could choose?
Metallica.
That's what I said!
They're the most obvious choice, aren't they?
I know.
But even if they brought Metallica out and then had a bunch of singers, like, you know how they always do that? They always bring out, like, when they had Eminem and Missy and
listen, Guns N' Roses probably could do it, obviously, too, right?
Yeah. I mean, Metallica and GNR, I mean, who better than that if they aren't two of the biggest bands in the world for so long?
Absolutely.
What's the summer looking like for you, Mike? What do you guys got planned?
We're going out with Godsmack this summer.
Oh, wow. Great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, honestly, I remember playing like the local stage, on the Warped Tour back in like '98 with those guys, and just playing clubs around Mass with them. So it's just great. We've toured with them a bunch of times and get along really well, and really looking forward to that. They have their new record, and we'll have ours. So there'll be some new music for everybody too, which will be a lot of fun.
All right, when we come back, we're gonna have the top 10 videos of the week right here on the Power Hour on Access TV.
Welcome back to the Power Hour. We are about to get into our top 10 hard rock videos of the week.
And our number 10 video this week comes from the legendary band known as Motorhead. Now, Lemmy has not been with us for quite a few years, but they have found some new unreleased tracks that were originally intended for their 2015 album. And this one is really good. They decided to make an animated video for it.
Well, I love animation, and what a great way to salute the legacy that is Lemmy. And of course, we love Phil and Mickey D. And without further ado, here's Greedy Bastards.
That's our number 10 video, and that's from Motorhead, From the Vaults. It's a new track called Greedy Bastards. And Katie has got to be the one who introduces this next video, number 9.
We're just gonna get it all out in the open right now. My husband happens to be in this band. I'm very close with them. I've known them for going on 10 years. They're our number 9 spot this week with their latest single, Immortalized. And it came out a while ago, but they have tweeted recently that they were filming a new music video, and their album cover and release date leaked on Twitter. So someone hacked their email and everybody got to see the album cover, which is really cool. But now we know that the new album is going to be called Dogma. So they are definitely taking a darker, deeper side with this one, and I'm looking forward to it.
I've got to ask you this: when that happens, did the band ever have a second thought for a moment? Because Hayden is your husband. Like, should we change the album cover, or is that like at this point? It
wasn't even a thought in their mind. They didn't even think about it because they worked with a very talented artist on that album cover, and there's no changing it. It's very unique. It's very out of this world. And I'm just looking forward to more new music.
You know who they need to work with? They need to work with Linkin Park's security guy.
They do!
To get the briefcase and the handcuffs.
Yeah.
And to lock that stuff down so we don't have any future thefts.
I think so. And you know what? We will be getting that record in April since it was leaked, but this is the first single that we have received off of it, and it's Immortalized, your number 9 spot on This Week on Power. Spot Crown the Empire with Immortalized. If you're not too familiar with them, they were on Warped Tour. They're pretty much veterans of Warped Tour, but also more recently were on the road with Slipknot, and now they're going to be going out with Nothing More on their headlining Spirits tour.
Next up, we've got a band there's a lot of buzz going on the internet right now and everywhere on social media because they're a faceless band. Nobody knows who they are. They wear masks, and they are from London, and they're called Sleep Token. What do you know about that?
Matt, actually, the lead singer is. So, yes, while it is a mystery to most people other than us here at the Power Hour, because we're so connected in this industry here, but I love the mystery about this. I don't think we've seen this hype since Ghost.
They were also opening up for In This Moment on the 10-year Blood Anniversary tour. So if you were at any of those shows, chances are you probably saw these guys.
I think the singer might be Andre 3000 from the band known as Outcast. Because
I don't know about that.
No, they actually did a cover of Hey Ya in about 2016. So they've been putting out music.
I mean, you can't, it's like an Ancient Aliens thing. You can't, I'm not saying it's real, but I'm not saying it's not real. So I don't know if it's not Andre 3000.
Who do you think the lead vocalist could potentially be from Sleep Token? If you got any guesses, I'm all ears. I want to know what you think.
Yeah, hit us, we're on Instagram at the Power Hour Show, and let us know who you think it may be, and maybe at some point we'll have a big reveal.
Well, let's check out this new video. What do you think?
Yeah.
I can't wait. This is The Summoning from Sleep Token.
That's Sleep Token at number 8 and The Summoning. And we're looking forward to some more music from that band and to eventually finding out who they are. Katie, let's talk about this next band.
Alter Bridge. You know how much I love our Miles Kennedy for being in Rockstar, of course.
Oh, incredible.
He was so young.
Film.
It's amazing. I always wanted to be Jennifer Aniston. Pierce my boyfriend's nipple.
Whoa.
You know?
Yeah, well, it's crazy because he's been a real rock star for a while. When he was 16 years old, he was discovered in Seattle, of course, by Susan Silver, who was Soundgarden and Alice in Chains' original manager back then. And he actually started a band called the Mayfield Four. And they used part of my last name as their name because he said he had a dream that I was introducing their video. But he couldn't, he said, I didn't want to go as far as Pinfield because then it would, it'd be too close, but it was a Mayfield 4. And I was very honored about that.
Yeah,
Met him when he was a 16-year-old kid. And now, of course, he's crushing it. He's been in this band with the guys that used to be in Creed. He's played with Slash, Slash's Snake Pit, Slash and the Conspirators.
Yep.
He did the whole Rock and Roll Hall of Fame performance where he did Axl's part for that. And
I mean, it didn't come to fruition, but there was rumors that Jimmy Page was looking at him, to front Zeppelin. So.
He actually did go and play with the surviving members of Zeppelin, other than Robert Plant. That is. He did go and jam some.
It's only because
songs
you
with
turned down the offer.
Yeah, that was it. You know,
that was generous. I mean,
they told me I didn't have enough hair, and that was the reason before it. You have to have a good head of hair.
And Miles has definitely got that. So let's check out our number 7 video. It's Alter Bridge with their latest Holiday.
I need a holiday, there's nothing left to say. I hold my tongue as I close the door. Before I walk away, I'll be the first to say there's more to life than a living, so I'll spread my wings and fly. I compromise to the whims of men who promised to change, but in the end they left me high and dry. I played the fool time and time again, I guess I'm the
All right, your number 7 spot was Alter Bridge with Holiday. I absolutely love that song. We just love Miles Kennedy. We're big fans.
Great guy, and of course, you know, we can't always encourage you enough to vote and make your voice be heard, because that's how these videos get listed here.
Our next video at number 6 is from the metal veterans Metallica, who are releasing a new album on April 14th called 72 Seasons, and they are doing a special event in movie theaters the night before. Katie, let's talk about that.
Yeah, this is going to be crazy. April 13th, worldwide, they're going to be doing a premiere of that record in theaters. They've made a music video for every single song on that record. You're also going to get to hear interviews from everyone that they've worked with to interviews with the artists. It's going to be a really cool event. I mean, I haven't seen anything about it, but I've just heard about it. It's one night and one night only. They're not gonna be doing this the day after, the day before, only April 13th. 72 Seasons, you can hear it before pretty much everyone else.
And coming in at number 6 on this week's Power Hour here on Access TV,
Lux Eterna!
Metallica and Lux Eterna from that forthcoming album, 72 Seasons. I am so pumped about that record.
I love hearing it every week on the show because it's always like I always know there's gonna be a dose of something that just makes me warm and fuzzy inside there with Metallica.
Yeah, it kind of makes me lose my voice every single week.
And speaking of Metallica, you know, they just announced their huge summer tour where they're touring with so many great bands, including Pantera, Five Finger Death Punch, Wolfgang Van Halen, and of course this next band, Ice Nine Kills. So I think they're probably one of the prime examples of a young artist that's really pushing the medium and pushing the videography further. And I don't know, this video has caused quite a lot of controversy, a lot of hype, and I don't know, Matt, what do you think? 'Cause I have to ask Matt, as a star of this video, and Matt has starred in the film, tell me all about it.
Well, you know, I do have a cameo in this video, and it was really cool to play a juror in it. I tell you, Spencer Charnas from the band Ice Nine Kills is such a creative young force in rock and metal today. And what's really cool is he decided, because he's such a huge fan of horror, he enlisted up guys from either Scream and Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th franchises, all to be in this video. It's an incredible... It's literally like a mini movie. It's what, 10 or 11 minutes long.
Yeah, and when they were releasing this, they had a release date, a premiere, all of that stuff. And then they found out that if they posted it, their social media platforms could potentially be deleted because of how gory, how crazy the music video was. So fans actually had to wait until they figured that out. They ended up releasing it on their website as well as a couple other platforms. And now there's a censored version and, of course, an uncensored version. We're going to give you the censored version. So our number 5 spot goes to Ice Nine Kills with Welcome to...
Misunderstood. Are you more bad than good? Welcome to horror world, where anyone would kill for a callback. There goes the neighborhood, but long live horror world. The only place it pays to be a...
And number 5 in the countdown, that's Ice Nine Kills and Welcome to Harwood. And I gotta say, guys, I love the lyric to that. Welcome to Harwood, where you would die for a callback. I mean, it's such a knock on the whole Hollywood situation.
Spencer really knows how to like, sort of turn a phrase, so to speak. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things, and you know, and he'll take these sort of well-known phrases and then twist them into having a bit of a horror theme. But you know, that to me is pushing the medium forward in such a positive way. I'm so glad we have young bands like that and Falling in Reverse, and Motionless in White that are pushing the medium. And of course, Crown the Empire as well. Great videos.
This is, yes, new artists we are talking about here. And our next one, number 4, is from our friends in Butterside.
Oh, man.
The Butter Babes and the Butter Bros are coming out to play. And now these guys are great friends of ours. Patrick Allenstone, the vocalist, he has gifted us with many things over the previous months.
Now, Matt, this band, as you know, is there's so many layers to it. Tell our fans here, you know, a little bit about who the players are and what are the bands they might be in?
Yeah, well, you know, Butterside actually started out here in Los Angeles, and they were discovered by Lemmy of Motorhead, who signed them to his label before he passed away. And Patrick Allenstone, who Katie mentioned, you know, got his start singing in bands along the Sunset Strip. He actually, for a while, was doing Steven Adler of Guns N' Roses, Adler's Appetite, doing Axl's part in that band. But he formed this original band with Sam Colton, who's in Dorothy's band as well. And then Logan, who's in the band, has played with Diamante, Pretty Reckless, he's a part of that camp. So it's like this really cool thing of a lot of great LA musicians, but this is their first priority and first band. So they've made many really creative videos too.
We have this way that we say Butterside every single time we're going into their music video. And we're gonna get ready right now.
They're gonna do it for you.
On the count of 3, you ready?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3.
Butterside, 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 Butterside!
Number 4 with Joker.
Travel with me through time. Walk with me in your life. Find me where you would fly. The Joker in the sky. The joke is on you, and I can't be everything like you are everywhere.
That's Butterside from Los Angeles and Joker at number 4 on the Power Hour Top 10 Countdown that you vote on. And still to come?
And rumor has it we have DAUGHTRY in the waiting room, as well as 3 more videos for you.
It's all coming up next on the Power Hour here on Access TV.
Welcome back to the Power Hour. We have Chris DAUGHTRY in the waiting room right now. But first, we're going to get to his latest release with Lizzie Hale. It's the Journey cover of Separate Ways.
Someday love will find you. Break those chains that bind you. One night will remind you how we touched and we're not separate ways.
There it is, Chris DAUGHTRY and Lizzie Hale in their cover of Journey's Separate Ways. And we've got Chris DAUGHTRY right now here on the Power Hour. Chris, first of all, tell me why you decided to pick that as a song to cover.
You know, there for a while on tour, me and the guys kept talking about wanting to do, like, we felt like we needed like a definitive cover for us to do, and something that was classic, something that kind of fit in that 80s, you know, synth. I think one of the initial thoughts was, ooh, we should cover Final Countdown, and and all I could think of is a karate montage. A couple months later, me and my wife are watching the finale of Stranger Things, and Separate Ways was kind of chopped up in it, and the way it was used was so cinematic and powerful. And I remember going, I think this is it. This is the song we need to cover. I went back and talked to my producer, talked to the guys. We got all excited about it. And somebody said, what do you think about how would you feel about doing this as a duet? And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Because it does kind of lend itself to both perspectives, and it could totally work. And I was like, it's got to be Lizzie. Like me and Lizzie and I have been talking about doing something forever, and I was like, this is the one. This is the one we should do. And I called her up and I was like, hey, how would you feel about doing Separate Ways with me? And she was like, it's my go-to karaoke song, so I'm all in. And I knew at the time when we were doing it, I was like, this feels special. I had no idea that it was gonna, you know, garner the attention it got and do what it did. But we're certainly grateful that it's been received the way it was. I mean, anytime you, I guess, touch, a vocalist like Steve Perry or anyone of that caliber, you're subjecting yourself to get raked over the coals. So, knock on wood, that hasn't happened yet. So I'm very grateful for it.
And before we leave you, I wanted to bring up something pretty cool. I loved American Idol when I was younger. And when American Idol was still good, you know, like people were auditioning thinking that they were really good singers, but they were god awful. And you were on season 5, correct me if I'm wrong.
That is correct.
We decided to watch the audition video.
Oh, yeah.
Before we got you on here. And it's crazy. You were only 25 years old. I remember this so clearly in my head because I went, oh my God, he's the only rock and roll guy on American Idol. Like, I don't like these other ones. Like, I finally have someone that I can kind of relate to when it came to music taste. And I thought it was so cool that you came in 4th. I was like, oh, I wish he was like, came in top 2, but I didn't want you to win because I knew that people
didn't either.
Yeah, because people would get like locked into these American Idol contracts and they would just like form them into something they never wanted to be. So I was like glad that you were out of there and able to continue on the routes that you are on now.
Thank you so much. I look back at that guy with a lot of admiration and gratitude, but I wish I could go back and tell him, don't do your sideburns like that. Like, don't.
You're wearing the cowboy hat.
Don't wear that cowboy hat. Don't do your
you had a lot of twang going on in your voice in there too.
I did.
I mean, listen, though, you did a great version of the letter there, by the Box Tops and Joe Cocker. I mean, your voice you sounded amazing. And it was great, as Katie said, that rock was represented there.
I look scared shitless, but I am happy with the way that the audition turned out. Of course, I don't think we would be talking if it didn't. So, yeah, it's funny. I'm grateful for the time, but it feels like it was lifetimes ago.
Chris, thanks so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you guys for having me. Much love, and congrats on the new show.
Thanks so much.
And thank you for having me as one of your firsts.
All right, welcome back. We're now going to get to the top 3 videos of the week.
I'd like Katie to introduce this next one at number 3. Katie?
Yes, it is From Ashes to New with their single Nightmare. Now, these guys have been around for quite a minute. They are heavily influenced from Linkin Park to Papa Roach, and if you're into either of those bands, I think you're really gonna dig this single.
I'm really the nightmare you became. It comes in waves. You're everything I hate. You try to track me down. I'll cut you out and now I'm really the nightmare you became.
That's From Ashes to New and Nightmare at number 3, and our number 2 video is from the Los Angeles band Black Veil Brides. And you said this video reminded you of some of those classic live videos.
It kind of harkens back to Wanted Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi or Paradise City by Guns N' Roses. You get to see the fans sort of fill up the venue as it's happening. This was filmed live in Mexico City when the Trinity of Terror tour combined forces with Bring Me the Horizon for a super show for over 20,000 fans.
Yeah, I think that's unreal. And I always like mentioning this, but when bands, I feel like every single band should have a music video like this, because imagine being a fan 10 years, 20 years from now and looking back and going, holy shit, that's me. I'm in this music video with one of my favorite bands. So I'm really excited that Black Veil Brides have taken the number 2 spot.
Here they are with Devil. It's Black Veil Brides at number 2 on the Power Hour Top 10 Countdown.
So here comes the fall. Your blood has all been washed away. Oh,
sides with Devil at the number 2 spot. And guys, we've come to the end of the road. The number 1 video of the week, and this is a pretty new one, and it's causing a lot of controversy, a lot of hubbub, a lot of buzz.
As it should.
Yeah.
But what I love about this song is that basically the lead singer, Ronnie Radke, never repeats as you know, we hear verses and choruses repeat in songs. Nothing repeats here, and this is getting a lot of attention and support. Dave Draymond, Matt Shadows, everyone's supporting this thing. What have you heard?
This is definitely a song for all of the musicians. You know what I mean? When every single musician in the surrounding areas love one song, this is that song. And Ronnie Radke grew up listening to Eminem and Dr. Dre and loved the hip hop and R&B scene. And over the years, he's put out a couple songs where he raps, but not like this. So I love this song because we get a little bit of everything.
Yep.
We have hip hop, we have breakdowns, we have metal vocals and instruments. We get it all, and I love it. And keep your eyes peeled because you might see someone playing a role.
Watch the world burn. Falling in reverse, Ronnie Radke. Here we go.
Control the monster any longer that's inside. The pain and sorrow left us hollow. No tomorrows are to swallow. Death is calling, so I'm crawling. Tightrope walking, now I'm falling down. Like missiles falling from the sky. Come and save us. Pain and sorrow left us hollow. Here today, but gone tomorrow. The pain inside is the fuel.
There it is, our number 1 video of the week on the Power Hour, and that was Falling in Reverse with Watch the World Burn. Remember that you can vote for the top 10 videos of the week, so make sure you check out this QR code and go and vote.
Well, I can't wait for next week. We have 2 very, very special guests joining us, including thrash legend Dave Mustaine of Megadeth, and of course, Blackstone Cherry.
Woo, that's gonna be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. And can I just say, we made it, guys. We are here on Access TV.
We are TV stars.
I love it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for our debut episode of the Power Hour right here on Access TV. We'll be back with you next Wednesday. Make sure you check it out.